What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our trade breakdown series. In today's episode, I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how I made over 100% on XOM puts today. I'm going to walk you through this trade from start to finish and show you my exact entry and exit and exactly how you can use this setup in the future. We are live from the under construction studio. Let's get into it right now. All right, guys, so in today's episode, per usual, this was recorded and traded live inside the Discord. If you guys would like to check out the Discord, you can use the link down below in the description, enter code STAKE, all caps, and you'll be able to get 30% off your first month. So come check us out inside the chat. Per usual, guys, as always, if you enjoy these videos, all I ask is that you throw this video a like. It helps a ton and allows us to keep doing these free trade videos. So with that being said, let's get straight into this recap on XOM, guys. This was a very simple setup that I use on a daily basis, or as much as it presents itself. We are going to be looking at the 15-minute chart on XOM. Now, as you guys know, we always like to understand where the trade is coming from. So in order to understand that, we need to look at the higher time frames, right? And so we can see here, guys, that on XOM, we had put in a new all-time high on XOM at this 118.70 area back here on the 14th of September. High of day, excuse me, was 118.66. Now, this is a very important area, guys. Stocks that are breaking out to new all-time highs set very important levels of liquidity. Now, in this case on XOM, guys, we actually had a very heavy sell print the following day on 9/15, followed by an inside day the following day yesterday on the 18th, right, where we had a much lower volume day. And then so coming into today, guys, we were up in pre-market, and coming into the day, my plan was set out that I was going to be looking at a potential liquidity trap at that prior all-time high level, right? Now, what I mean by that, guys, is I was going to be looking for basically a potential fake breakout, right? Now, when we have fake breakouts occur at all-time highs, you guys will hear me use this phrase a lot, but in my opinion, guys, and if you're taking notes, you might want to write this down, but the best short setups are oftentimes failed breakouts, and the best long setups are oftentimes failed breakdowns. That is the entire premise of my system, guys. And the reason that these trades tend to work so smoothly is that the stock market really likes to take advantage of the side that the most people are on. So when you have a lot of people crammed into one setup for a breakdown, oftentimes you get these really smooth long side moves. And when a lot of people are crammed into a trade for a breakout and the breakout fails, you oftentimes get these really clean and fast-paced short setups because you have so many people on one side expecting one thing to happen. So in this case, that is exactly what happened this morning on XOM. We don't need to spend a lot of time on this setup, guys. This was a very, very clean trade. First 15 minutes of the day, guys, we got a beautiful 15-minute sweep of liquidity at that prior all-time high level, right? You can see here, guys, how the wick of this candle extends up beyond the breakout level at 118.66. They trap buyers above, right? And you guys can see the 15-minute candle closes below that key all-time high level, right? So you have a 15-minute liquidity sweep in place. This is a bearish sell side setup, guys. The candle ends up closing here, right? As you can see at 118.10, guys. And at this point going forward, I took a trade on the 115 puts, guys. I bought the XOM 115 puts at $19 per contract, which you guys can see here, which I sent out live to the Discord. I also traded the 117 puts here, guys, for over 25%. But these 115 puts, guys, I was able to actually let this trade work a little bit, which is a little bit more rare in this market because everything is, really this is a scalper's market and it's about taking profits quickly. I was able to let this trade run though. Like I said, failed breakout setups like this are really those trades that end up being bigger ones for me. In this case, this is a market that in general, I am prioritizing sizing down, right? Using less capital when the market is tighter like this. So overall, in general, my trades have been lighter in size lately. However, like I said, I did take a position on the 115 puts here, guys, on XOM. And as you guys can see here, I took 75 contracts at $19 per contract on those XOM puts. Now, the key here to understanding, guys, and really, one thing that I really like to prioritize here is really about letting winners run with a break-even stop, right? So on this trade, guys, we obviously got a really nice fade down below this 117.97 area. Now, my first target on this trade was going to be that area of hourly support, right? Which we saw here was at 117.30. So if we come down here, you guys can see we had a very nice low put in at 117.30. So that was going to be my first target. And then I was going to be targeting the bottom of this range on the hourly, right? You can see our lows here. We're at 116.06 on XOM. And as you guys can see, this was a non-stop fader, guys, on the 15-minute. If we come out here to the 15-minute time frame, guys, look at that fade that we got after we swept that liquidity, right? This was an absolutely beautiful trade, guys. I ended up scaling about 70% of my position, guys, at just under 100% in gains. I let the last 1/3 of my position run, ended up closing those out EOD for about 35%. So in total, guys, this was an absolutely insanely clean trade, very, very low stress. And like I said, guys, it's really important to prioritize finding your setups in this market and only focusing on those. When the market is tighter, your focus has to be tighter and it really has to be locked in. So this is one of my favorite setups to utilize on a daily basis, guys. It doesn't have to be at an all-time high area. The key takeaway is utilizing those hourly support and resistance levels and looking for those potential fake breakout and fake breakdown setups. That is a mouthful. However, this was a very clean setup. I love utilizing it at all-time high levels. And like I said, we got a beautiful 15-minute liquidity sweep there. Hopefully you guys learned something from this trade breakdown. This is a setup I love to use every single day. Like I said, guys, it's good to go back and review these, take notes on your trades and understand where those take profit targets are, as well as where your risk is going to be, right? We talk about that all the time, but risk is just as important as take profits. And in this case, guys, I think I forgot to clarify, the risk on this trade for me was a 15-minute close above that prior all-time high level, right? Which was 118.66. So, you know, it's very easy to let a trade work when you have a plan and you have your risk reward nailed down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of them, leave us a reply, leave us a like, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.